Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome to One of Each, the Dumb and Hungry podcast, where we talk about our food adventures and our favorite food groups. I'm Angelo, the Dumb and Hungry.
And I'm Mychall.
And thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing all right. Hey, Mychall, we're back again. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing okay. You know, as usual, hungry when we do these because I'm always hungry.
Yes, on top of just being hungry, it's really a challenge to get through these episodes sometimes because it just continues to whet the appetite and then some, you know.
Yeah, but then you get to go out and go eat something, and hopefully it'll match up to what you saw.
I think so. I mean, I think it at least piques your interest and gets you interested to get out there, you know, and at least maybe try something new or revisit something that you do like. I think either way, it's a win, you know, for your stomach. So
for my tummy,
exactly. Yeah. So what's been going on with you, Mychall? How you been?
Nothing really. What was it? Actually, not gonna lie, I think I had a stomach flu last week.
No kidding.
Yeah, like on Tuesday, my stomach just started hurting. I had to call out of work on Wednesday, and that was an in-office day, so I had to.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I had I woke up maybe around 8 o'clock. I had a fever of 103.
Oh, man.
Wild.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How long do you think you were feeling down like that?
Oh, all day. I was like in bed from Tuesday night to Wednesday evening. So it was like 24 hours of just either in the bathroom or in bed sleeping. It was bad.
You sort of think it was a stomach thing, huh?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
But then Thursday happened, and I was like, oh yeah, nothing out of place.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that sucks. It's been a while, I think, since I've had something like that, at least on the stomach side of things. I was sick a little bit a couple weeks ago, like the week of, before Thanksgiving or whatever, or that week of.
Oh, okay.
And thankfully I was well enough already when Thanksgiving rolled around. Had our Friendsgiving and all that. But yeah, stuff's going around. Obviously, I mean, we have these ailments, but then we have all the, like the triple threat, things going around. I don't know idea, but they're
yeah, sure.
But they're making their way. So you gotta be careful one way or another. Stay careful out there, and I don't know, man. And if you do catch anything, then gotta take it easy somehow.
Yeah,
so,
I'm just glad it was a quick turnaround time on that one. Oof.
Yeah, I know. I think last time I had something like that, it probably lasted about 3 days, and I was just out. The way I remember it, I think I'd eaten. I don't know. I think I was eating something that I typically just don't eat. By that I mean like a salad or something.
Vegetables. Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. And I think it was like a salad from like a stupid fast food place or something. And I was like, I don't remember why I had something like that. I don't know if that's the thing. I'm just remembering like I just didn't feel well after that. I'm not saying that's what caused it, but I'm saying it probably was.
Pretty sure
it was. Oh man! But then I also remember I think one of the things I had, while I was during that time, like kind of feel bad. I just had like a whole order of like a large order of ramen. So it's like, oh yeah, it's soup, but then it's also like the noodles and the pork belly.
Yeah. Oh no! There's nothing. I see nothing wrong with this.
Well, that passed through pretty quickly, though. I'll tell you.
Oh no! I see. Oh no!
But that was a long time ago. But glad you're doing better now, and hope everyone is doing better out there. Even during especially during the holidays and everything. The cold and stuff, the weather change. I mean, here in LA, it's like what is the cold? I mean, yeah, when it hits like 70, people are putting down something
degrees.
I mean, like people at 70, people are still putting on.
Yeah, that's your thickest jacket out here.
Yeah, exactly. And they're already putting down their like North Face jacket or something, So
yeah.
But
I suppose.
Yeah. So stay warm in that case.
Yeah. But on the plus side, I did recover in time for yesterday, which was Sunday.
Yeah. What happened yesterday?
Yeah. It was, so this weekend, apparently it's International Lolita Day, because Oli wears Lolita fashion. But it was basically, I was in Pasadena for a tea party kind of thing.
Okay. Where was that?
So it's a Rose Tea Garden.
Oh yes, at the Huntington, right?
Yes,
yeah.
I think
yeah. It's like that building where like the gardens and stuff are, right? It's like it's a building in there, like the Huntington.
Across the street from Salt and Straw. Oh no, Wanderlust.
Oh,
in Pasadena.
Oh, okay. I guess I've confused my locations then. Okay, got it.
I don't know. There might be something similar. There are a bunch of these tea places that I didn't even know.
We're going to throw that location there in the notes somewhere, so people will know for sure what we're talking about, and I'm just not rambling and whatever. So
fair.
All right,
but
okay.
Yeah, so it was like a tea party kind of thing. They had a holiday tea, so it was there was 15 people. We did an ornament exchange. It was a white elephant with only ornaments.
White elephant already? That's kind of a little ahead of schedule, huh?
Yeah, but it's the one big Lolita day in December or whatever. So.
Okay, cool. Did you get anything out of that?
Yeah, I feel a little bad, but because I was second, so I just stole the ornament that the first person got because I just wanted to mess with her.
Did they like? Why?
Because the second ornament she ended up getting, I wanted more.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's very unfortunate.
Okay. Well, that's.
But anyway, the real reason I'm bringing this up is the food.
Yeah.
So if you see those things on TV or on like whatever, I don't know, whatever shows, but it had like a 3-tiered like thing, where they have the little finger sandwiches and stuff.
Like a fancy party or something, like a fancy tea party, right?
Yeah, definitely. So everyone got their own of those tier things. So that was really cool.
You say each one got their own? Yes,
every person got their own. So on the bottom tier is all your savories, there were 4 different sandwiches, small sandwich like sandwiches.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
But it was 4 different ones. I already forgot what they were. They didn't tell us, but it was voted on. It was like a set menu kind of thing. There was a shepherd's pie. That was actually pretty good, like a little shepherd's pie, maybe about this big. There was a mushroom, like a stuffed mushroom kind of thing. There was a puff pastry with spinach and cheese as well, so it was pretty good. Then the second layer had a few desserts, or a bunch of, honestly, too many desserts. I'd rather have more savories. Than sweets, but that's not what it is.
Well, because the sweets weren't pies or something. It's like
no, there was actually a pumpkin pie cube.
Okay, all right.
And I think there was a pecan pie cube as well. There was an almond roca, some chocolate covered almonds. There was some candy thing. I don't know, some hard candy thing. There's a bunch of different stuff that I can't name at all. But there was also a Yule log, like a little mini Yule log. So that's cool. Very aesthetic.
Very nice. Wait, so each person got their own like tier thing, like of all those things you mentioned? Yeah, it just seems excessive. I don't know. I feel like everyone gets like the small tower of like things that just like right in front of them. I don't know. I just thought like it'd be like one or a couple of like a few larger ones that people pick from or whatever. Okay, it's fancy. It is fancy, isn't it?
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about sharing with anybody. You don't have to fight for whatever you want. Everyone got the same thing. It was great.
And I imagine because of the theme of the event, like everyone is dressed up in that Lolita fashion.
Yeah, everyone had their holiday dresses and stuff. It was nice.
Can you describe the aesthetic to the uninitiated?
If anyone knows what character,
you want to name a character?
I'm trying to name a character, but I can't think of any. That would just be easy. That would be more mainstream. There's a Pokemon that's kind of Lolita. Okay. I think it's Gotharita.
How do you spell that?
Goth, Goth, Orita.
I see. Maybe I should just search the internet for Lolita. Maybe, I don't know. Would that be easier?
Yeah.
Well, here's an example of of the Pokemon you're talking about, but I'm not quite sure. If I just search
So
the lead. Okay, now it's coming up with the movie. Okay.
Oh, interesting. Well, those dresses there on the second row, like that fashion.
Oh, this kind of thing here, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But less pink. It was more red because of the holiday, the Christmas theme.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reds and greens.
So everyone has their own, like they get very creative with the style and, how they.
Yeah. Whatever dresses they bought. Because a lot of it was, there were a few that were in black, the goth Lolitas,
Yeah.
They're no matter what, even if it's holiday time, they're out in force.
You're saying if it's a goth Lolita, it'd be like darker colors, I imagine.
Yeah, like black, like on that left one there.
Mm-hmm. I do something like this.
Yeah, more like that.
I guess this. Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Did you kind of follow?
Yeah, wear that same dress.
Yeah.
No.
Very styling. Okay.
No, I was just dressed, just a dress shirt. But I had my elf hat on because it's Christmas time. It's very important.
You were the elf on the shelf, I imagine.
Yeah, it was just my elf hat, and then I actually borrowed Oli's. Oli had a capelet thing, so it was a capelet.
Oh, cape.
It's like a yeah. Basically, it was a half cape thing, and it was a brand cape thing. So that was my thing.
Very cool. From all the food there and stuff that you mentioned, was there something particular that you liked, or the
shepherd's pie was actually very popular amongst most people.
Yeah,
it was pretty good. I liked it.
All right.
If you know, but there's the shepherd pie. There was like, if you know giniling, the Filipino thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, ground beef, potato, frozen vegetables. It was basically that with mashed potatoes on top and cheese.
Right.
So can't go wrong with that, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. Very hearty, savory. And it's pie. Yeah. It's a pie thing. I mean, it's a savory pie. So I think that's right up your alley. So I think that's
exactly. That's why it's the best one.
Best. So. All right. Very nice. Glad you had a fun time. Well, again, we'll throw that location when we find it and share that so you guys know where to do those kinds of things. Very cool.
How was your week?
Yeah, my week was pretty good this past weekend. Visited a couple places. One was this spot called Straight Up Tacos. This is a spot actually that Jamrus has mentioned, or we've mentioned with her, and she's brought up to me a couple times. I think the chef or the owner there is someone she's worked with before, with a fine dining background, and but she's serving up tacos in the city of Lakewood. So I visited there, and I enjoyed it very much. They had an order of tacos, 4 tacos. They're larger and a bit more loaded. But I think they're reasonably priced for what they are. So I ordered an order of steak, chicken, and then I think part of it is that they offer a number of kind of vegan, gluten-free options. So even though that's not quite up my in my wheelhouse there, I definitely did try some as well, because I know that's part of what they offer. So I had one taco with jackfruit and one taco with chickpeas as well. And so as far as the meats go, it's not just straight up steak or chicken. They also have pork. There's the meat itself is kind of is stewed or like cooked in with more marination and just something a little extra on there. So I feel like the steak is like kind of has like almost like a deeper kind of almost adobo kind of thing going on. The chicken is marinated more like it's like a shredded kind of chicken with almost like if you know what a chicken tinga is, it's again just like kind of more spiced and flavored. But so it's always something a little extra in there. And honestly, from all of them, even with the vegan options, probably the one I was surprised with in a good way was the chickpea, one. There was you had chickpea and corn and with a little bit of cheese, like kind of cotija cheese and I think kind of like a cilantro cream or something like that. Which just overall, just I don't know, it just overall was a really nice bite, even for something that did not offer a meat on there. But I think that was pretty good. So there's a lot more other options in the vegan realm, gluten free and so forth that perhaps I'll have to add on to the next order. Yeah, so that was straight up tacos out in Lakewood, and then because I needed to round it out with something sweet, so I don't know, I just needed a place on the way home to stop by. So I can't remember who I heard this from or where, but there is a spot there, like kind of in the Long Beach area, and that area called the Handles Ice Cream. They have a few locations, but there's one there in Long Beach. And as an aside, in where this particular one is, it's in a complex, kind of a large shopping center called Long Beach Exchange, which houses the Long Beach Hangar, which is basically a big hangar, like an airport hangar that has like a food court, similar to the Anaheim Packing District, not to be confused with the Packing House, but the packing district, with all the the little food spot stands and everything there. So that's kind of like what the Long Beach Hangar is, but but outside, kind of outdoors in the shopping area of the Long Beach Exchange is one of these places, Handles Ice Cream. And I thought overall it's pretty good. It's kind of your standard fare ice cream. They just have like a lot of flavors. There's just like a lot that they offer. I don't know how they managed to.
Baskin Robbins or more?
Oh, way more. I feel like it's a lot more. And it's like, let me see if I can bring up some examples. But I will say, they have, of course you have your scoops with your your sugar cones, your cake cones, your waffle cones. They can be dipped, and topped and everything. They've got sundaes, they got milkshakes, they got those hurricanes, which are like the thick, right, the much thicker milkshakes with like bits of candy and cookie or whatever in there. And like I said, there's just like a lot of flavors that they offer. Hold on. Here's the menu. I'm just looking here. Like this whole thing is, these are all the flavors. Okay.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Overall, they're pretty good. It's just a lot and a lot of variations of different types of things, just looking here, chocolate
Cake better.
Chocolate chip, chocoholic peanut, chocolate almond. Oh man, it's there's just a lot going on here, so
yeah.
One of the menu items that they offer is a four scoop sampler. Okay.
Flight.
Yeah, it's a flight, but it's a big flight. Like for a flight, it's pretty big. Like they actually put it in like a like a food container, like this size or something. It's how big is that? That'd be like I feel like maybe 5-inch, like a 5-inch like food kind of container or whatever. And you get like these 4 big scoops. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So what did I have? I had I remember having there's a scoop of birthday cake. That was one. There was definitely a chocolate one. I think it was the chocolate peanut butter brownie. I think that's what it was. I had a strawberry cheesecake, and I think a pecan praline as well. So yeah, praline pecan as they have it here. It's just the praline pecan is like the chunks, I think, of the candy pecan. They're just so large. I think it's such a large ratio compared to the ice cream itself. It's a bit much. But it was a lot. I think obviously I finished it because I'm not a quitter, but I like at the end of it, it was just, man, that was a good serving of and a good way to try many things. So yeah, that's handles. There's a couple. I mean, I think they're kind of based more that side. So I don't know. I don't know if you find any in like L.A. area or whatever. But yeah. So and then also we met up with Jammers and her fiance Dave, and also with John and Carmen. We
okay.
Yeah, we had we did some gaming, some good board games. So we were
nice.
we were over at Jarman's place, and we played a cool game. I forgot the name of the game, but it's of course I did. I mean, come on, what do you expect?
Oh boy. This is what I don't understand. How do you win these things? How?
I mean, thankfully it was a co-op. I think it was a kind of a co-op game, so we were all kind of working together.
Okay.
It was a movie production themed game. We're trying to make a movie, and so you're trying to use, your budgeted money, and you have a certain schedule to meet, and you have to build certain sets that you place pieces of, where you have and die that you roll, and you assign it to either the set pieces or different moves, and I don't know. So, but again, you gotta come either on time or at budget, right? So that's kind of part of the fun, and also you have to have there's a meter that kind of rates the quality of your movie. So you don't want to be like in this. You got to go past like a kind of a mediocre. You got to be a little better than mediocre to pull muster for a decent film.
Yeah.
So
right,
yeah,
cool.
I mean, as usual, I
cool.
didn't follow any of the rules as they were explaining. I mean, I didn't understand until we started playing. But I think overall, but we pulled it off and made a pretty good movie overall. So
What was it called? Roll camera?
Sure. I don't know. We'll throw that in the notes too once I figure out what it was. Look at Jamie's stories. It's if it's still there. I don't know if it expired already, but
it might have.
Yeah, but we'll find it. We'll find it and we'll put it in there. So, but we had a good time. And that's what we ended up doing. So that was our kind of our week, and man, we're already as we're recording this, we're already in the month of December. So we're coming to the close of the year, and the big holidays and everything with Christmas and New Year's, and many other kind of festive holidays to celebrate. So I don't know, there's a lot to look forward to. Hopefully you look forward to some time to relax a little bit. I don't know. And I'm sure we'll be able to talk and catch up on, what we'll be planning to do then. But
yeah.
But for now, we're continuing to talk about food, and, so we thank you again for joining us, as we talk about our food adventures and, the local spots and things that we visit with good food and good people. So, just one thing I wanted to kind of throw out there. I'd recently watched something on the internet from our good friend Fernando from Ragtop Ferns. He is featured in this in this series with the chef Stephanie Izard, who people would know from restaurants such as Girl and the Goat. It's probably one of the most notable restaurants, Chicago based, but they're here in LA as well. So I think Chef Stephanie kind of moved out here to LA, some not too long ago, and so she put together this series to feature different spots, different styles of cooking, and just kind of taking a closer look at what LA's all about, I think, and in this case with Ragtop Ferns. So it was pretty cool to see. We'll have the link out there. I think, I thought you had to like pay the channel or whatever the service that is offering it, Tastemade, is, there's a paid streaming service or whatever. But when I visited the link, I was able to watch it. You had ads, obviously, but I was able to watch it, and it's pretty fun. It looks like a pretty fun episode. Of course, in addition to featuring him and him cooking his his all infamous ribs. They also visit Carnitas al Momo, and get to try out some of those amazing carnitas as well. So worth a view, I'd say. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So,
Okay.
yeah. But as we kind of move along here,
Cool.
yeah, today we actually kind of wanted to highlight or talk about a few things here from a particular show that we've watched recently. This is a series from Netflix called the Taco Chronicles, and this is a series that we see, as the name suggests, a lot of tacos, a lot of different styles from a lot of different regions. So highlighting a lot of different of those things and those restaurants and spots that do them really well. So Taco Chronicles is currently on their second season. They have a full first season that is definitely worth watching as well. But we wanted to talk about the second season and focus, admittedly, on the episode they do in Los Angeles. The second season really focuses more geographically, on different cities. So there's we have some in like New York, Las Vegas, San Diego, Chicago, right? San Antonio and Los Angeles, but we'll focus on LA because I think that's something that we're a little more familiar with and just kind of to appreciate. But in addition to that, it also helps because I can talk more about that since admittedly I've been able to visit some more of these places. So, but yeah, but Mychall, for this episode, as you watched it, what were your kind of overall impressions of from what you watched?
Honestly, well, unsurprisingly, a lot of these are more on the east side. So it's not too far, but I actually want to try at least Vias and I want to try all of them.
Yeah.
Looking at the list.
Yeah, we'll just break it down. We'll just break it down here. They feature 4 spots, LA spots. As you mentioned, Mychall, they're more kind of east side. Vias Tacos is in Highland Park, so the more northeast area of Los Angeles. We have Birreria Jalisciense, which is definitely in East LA, along Olympic, kind of deep over there. We have El Ruso, which we've talked about at length. Definitely one of our faves there with their flour tortillas. And then this last spot, Tamales Elena y Antojitos, we admittedly, I don't think either of us have had a chance to visit. It has been on, kind of my list of things to do or places to visit. But as of now, if I understand, not that it's impossible, but I don't believe they have the brick and mortar that they, were featuring out in
on the show.
Yeah. So they're still making food, and they're still taking orders. For example, I mean, we have the holidays coming up, so certainly tamales are definitely definitely being offered, and so follow. I mean, you would check their Instagram, and see what they're up to, and keep updated that way. But but we can definitely talk about. We'll talk about a little about those, but let's kind of go through some of these here. I'll ask you first, Mychall. We go into Vias Tacos. Let me bring up their Instagram here, so we can kind of see a little bit of what they're offering here. But what is it about? Any impressions that you have about Vias Tacos from what you watched and what you saw?
I mean, it's just a lot. It's super loaded taco of all things,
Yeah.
It's not something you see most places.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to try that. I've never been, but it's in Highland Park, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we go here for appetizers, and then we go to Moose. Easy peasy.
Oh wow. Okay. That's not a bad idea. I think I'm definitely down for that. But you're right.
I'm
These
so down.
tacos are definitely loaded more than
So
your
much on it.
average
Yeah.
taco. So I think with that, they come at a little higher price than what you're probably would expect from a taco. But I think it's well worth for what you are paying.
Yeah, that 7-layer taco is what they called it in the
The
show.
7-layer cut. That's right. That's correct. Because there's just so much going on. If we take a look at the menu, this was here a screenshot from their, I think from their Instagram. You can find it there too. But first off, it's a handmade blue corn tortilla. All right, so you got a signature kind of look already with the blue masa. And they serve it in different ways. You have tacos, quesadillas, and mulitas. You can have it with cheese, which you should totally get. I think that's really the only way. You got to get loaded with cheese. I mean, I feel like that's the only way to go. It's you can see here, it's you got the onion, cilantro, guacamole, cotija, and the Mexican cream. And then you add the whatever meat you have. You have chicken, you have beef, you have chorizo. Then you have kind of the the vegan options with papas, soy chorizo,
Soy chorizo.
right?
Interesting.
And what is that? Cactus, yeah, beans and cactus. So and then on top of that, you have the things like pickled onion, radish, limes, and then all the salsas. That's what really kind of adds to the party, I think. It's kind of fun whenever you see their posts. They're always showing people a good time. It's always high energy, just really top, top energy. Just always a good time at Via's Tacos. So they're serving out of Highland Park, in front of, like right where their home is. And I had first tried them during the pandemic. I think that's where they kind of started coming to the forefront of things. And of course, the pandemic, it's like you gotta, at that time, people are ordering. You gotta pre-order. You gotta secure a slot. You have to, kind of secure with your with your order or whatever. And without a doubt, it's like, they're selling out or their spots are filling up or whatever. So it's kind of hard to, to find something. But if you can get your hands on a spot and a slot to order, then, it'd be worth your visit. So, this was, that was pretty good. I mean, you're right, Mychall. I mean, again, it is a loaded taco or quesadilla or mulita. I mean, whatever you get, it's like, it's just a really, just visually, just kind of, just
pops.
Yeah, it definitely does. So, but not only does it look good, it tastes really good too,
Oh,
so
good.
Yeah, I'm definitely. Let's see if I can find what I remember having at least one visit there, or at least these were some of the pictures I remember. Okay.
Oh wow!
I remember.
Yeah, definitely pandemic time here.
Yeah. Yes, you can tell. We can both tell why. For our listeners, we have the venerable blanket that got us that got us through a global pandemic. I remember that day also. I don't remember if that was the only place, or I had also gone to Goldburger because they were just so close. So of course I would go there. So, but this was that order. So I believe we're looking at 3 tacos. I think we're looking at oh boy, I want to say it's a mulita. If I'm wrong, but it's definitely a lot. I can tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see
Yeah,
like
looks big.
every taco is just like, I mean, I just had everything, right? I didn't stop, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
like sub or like exclude anything. It's like everything is on there. Um,
Chorizo?
yeah, there's chorizo. I think it was like one like chorizo, beef, chicken. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
like one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, no vegan options.
Well, no.
you
Why?
know. Oh well, again, yeah, exactly why. Just but yeah, those that was really good. And then this was, oh man.
Yeah. Look at
This
that layer of just cheese.
yeah, it's just that required its own box this. Uh
Yes. Yes, it did.
but even when you hold it, it's like, yeah, it's kind of unwieldy almost.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, but overall, yeah, I think if you get a chance to go there, you won't be disappointed, Mychall. So, but again,
Doesn't
just
look like it.
just order it with everything, get it with
Mm-hmm.
cheese, don't skip out on that. So, but what's also really nice to learn about Vias is that they will be opening a brick and mortar very
Hmm.
soon. Yeah,
Thanks.
I think they received like a grant or something, and of course, that would be enough to kind of jumpstart them to
That's great.
yeah. So they'll still be in Highland Park, and they'll still be
Okay.
serving those tacos. Um, so I think these days, in the meantime, like I said, they were serving out of their home, but I think now
Mm-hmm.
they have a spot in Highland Park, like on the street. There's like a stretch there. I think it's York. That like there's a lot of food stands and stuff that's set up, food
Oh, really?
stands, trailers, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, every whether nightly or like on the weeknights or whatever. But like you see it bustling. It gets busy, over there, and they're part of that part of the party. Yeah. So
Nice.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, um, make sure you try them out. But um, that was one of the first places featured there in
Mm-hmm.
Chronicles. So it's good to get a proper kind of storytelling and like documenting, just sharing how they got to where they are, and it's really something. Just overall a very feel good story. Um, the next spot we're gonna talk we see is a birria spot called
Mm-hmm.
um, Birreria Jalisciense, and this is birria. Again, birria is big. Excuse me, birria is a big. Is big in LA. I
Yes.
mean, I'm not quite sure. I can't remember how long it's been, but like, I mean, obviously the style has been around forever. I mean,
Yeah.
it has historical roots and whatever. I mean, and passed down forever. But for whatever reason, it has its moment in LA. It started, I'm pretty sure, like in just really in the spotlight with Teddy's red tacos, that signature red
Mm.
taco, with the consomme and all that to really highlight that color on the tortilla. But yeah, even before there, we had places like this. This spot is very, I feel very LA, very quintessential and essential to the fabric of the taco scene and the food culture of LA. So let me bring up internet here. But first, Maicha, what can you tell me from what you remember from their highlight on the episode? What they shared and all that. What do you remember
I
there?
mean, they're only open on weekends because he works his full time job as a maintenance guy at that laundromat,
Mm-hmm.
which is wild.
Yeah.
um, And then that if you go back to the top, his that grill smoker thing, he actually had that custom made.
You're talking about this one right here?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
made it. He made it himself,
yeah, yeah. It's very
which is
interesting.
really cool.
Well, let's see. Look at that.
Oof.
I mean, this is basically barbecue, man. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be. It's the main food group.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to talk about it. But
Yeah.
what's I gonna say? This this style of birria is birria de chivo, which is goat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is a more traditional style. Of preparation. Not to say that the birria spots that we see today, a lot of them are offering birria de res, which is a beef birria, and not to say that that's
Mm-hmm.
not authentic or anything. It's just, again, we're going back, just taking a look back. We see more goat, the use of goat in this kind of preparation here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in the video that we're kind of seeing right now, see if I can go back a little bit. This right here, this pot, I guess, of
Mm-hmm.
the sauce, or the consomme, is it's like a tomato, kind of tomato sauce. And again, I think that's specific to the style, of where this is from. This particular
Okay.
one is from. But yeah, that's what we're seeing. But yeah, you're right, Mychall. It's pretty cool, to kind of wild, that to see that the place where you work, you also kind of have your your kind of side gig here.
It's cool.
And it's totally fine, and people love it.
Yeah,
It's and
as they should.
yeah, and again, it's on this stretch of Olympic, in East LA. So it kind of this particular spot looks a little more like industrial, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
looks, very low key. You'd pass right by it without even knowing, unless you have the sign out there saying
Big old
"Birria de
sign.
Chivo."
Yeah.
Actually, I wonder. Oh, probably a sign like this.
The handmade
Yeah, the
one. Yeah,
handmade one, right? So,
that's the one they had on the show.
oh, okay. Um, I was I was fortunate to try this spot with um good buddy there with Chef Mayo. I've kind of mentioned him
Oh.
a few times, but um yeah, I think thanks to him, you were able to make a visit out there and hit that place up. Let me find that here. But yeah, we and yeah, I had I can't remember. It must have been. I'm trying to remember who had featured it. I want to say it was probably from LA Taco, um, who is a large part of who you see on Taco Chronicles.
On
A
the
lot of those
yeah.
people, yeah. But here's the album I have. But oh, that was just an old sign out there. But here is a plate of some of the tacos. They're kind of small, just simply prepared. You have the goat that's in there, and then covered with the sauce as well. And here's a plate of the goat itself.
Ooh.
Thing about the
Oof.
goat, I don't know, like obviously goat has certainly a different flavor. It has
Mm-hmm.
it can definitely, of course, there's a gaminess to it, I think.
Yeah.
And you know, not that it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, again, the traditional way in which it was prepared. Of course, goat was something that was probably like commonly available, more readily available
Mm-hmm.
for that kind. And the diet of the animal, of course, dictates on what that meat would taste like. But
Mm-hmm.
you know just because you taste a little bit of that gaminess in there doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. And
Mm-hmm.
if anything, again, it reminds me of that kind of traditional preparation, of that dish. Um,
I want that more than the tacos, honestly.
you want just the meat itself?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks so
yeah,
good.
yeah. So we had a plate, yeah, just of the, of the goat. We had some tacos and some tortillas to go, and there's the kind of the
Mm-hmm.
consomme to go with it too. Yeah. And then here is man, I have to.
Oh.
His name escapes me, but yes, that's the uh, the the taquero,
Mm-hmm.
himself preparing and cutting up all ready to cut up all the meats. Yeah, it's basically like a barbecue, almost like a barbecue prepared kind of
Yeah.
preparation. So definitely right up my alley. So it was a lot of fun. Um, I believe there's like that's his family. I think out there just preparing
Mm.
the meal for that day. So yeah, I got to thank Chef Mayo for putting me onto that, and we were able to go out there and have some fun. I think we had come, either we'd come or we were going to El Russo at the same time,
Oh, nice.
which is a
Okay.
good,
Oh, yeah, because
yeah,
yeah, around that
actually at that
area.
time because El Russo was also at that time along Olympic,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, wow.
right
Like
behind.
actually on the main street instead of
Well, no, like towards
behind the,
yeah,
yeah, okay.
behind.
Like in the warehouses. Yeah.
Right, exactly. But they were
Okay.
just like basically down the street from each other, I guess.
Oh, nice. Okay. And his name is Hector. Hector Ramirez.
Hector Ramirez, very nice. Thank you for
Mm-hmm.
the real time follow up. Um,
Yeah.
so that's kind of a good segue here to El Russo, because
uh,
that's the
Fair
next
enough.
spot that they that they feature. And we, like I said, we talked about El Russo at length. We have previous episode that hopefully you'll have time to listen to, and just kind of some of the stories there behind that. But we're reminded of El Russo and how good that place is. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Again, notably, what I think is notable and what we enjoy certainly is the use of the flour tortillas,
Yep.
handmade, and certainly one of the best examples of a flour tortilla in general in the area and just kind of in general. So enjoying that a lot. So do
Mm-hmm.
you remember what they featured or talked about there particularly for
Oh,
El
Russo,
Russo?
honestly, I didn't pay as much attention to it.
Oh my
That
God.
part.
Why? Because you
Because we've been there. We've done the thing.
been there, done that. All right.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
They have your same Mexican blanket on the show.
Where do you think
Or
I
at least
got it
looks like
from?
it. The screen
Uh,
cap I'm looking
I
at.
gotcha. Okay. There are so many examples, of course, that that I can bring up.
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely went through that at length, but we'll go through a few and just kind of pick some at random here. But El Russo was again, I think I remember hearing them from, it was an LA Eater LA article, and
Mm.
um, ever since I visited them, again, it was on that road, along Olympic, like kind of behind the is that a Food for Less, I want to say, and I mean, ever since, there's no looking back. It's just a really good, definitely a really good place. It's crazy, a lot of these places that we're talking about and that we know of now, I mean, they've been around for like this. It's Walter Soto, who's has been there doing his thing for a long time, but it's
Mhm.
in these last few years that he's really gotten the recognition that really a lot of these places should deserve, including his. But it's great to see now that it's come into the forefront. But
Eh,
what do I have? Oh, this recent one. What is this? This is this is just a plate of carne asada, Chile Colorado. Yeah.
mhm.
So I mean, you got the beans and cheese. Yeah, I don't think I could do without those. I definitely need to always kind of add those on there. This one this was a recent visit. This was so now they have, let's see, they have their truck in Echo Park,
Mhm.
but they have another location. What did they set up
Oh, is it
now?
open?
Yeah, they have truck number 2, and it's escaped me. I'll have to share that where they are. But this particular set of pictures, I remember they were. This is when they were over on Sunset. So that was like in Silver Lake area. And these particular tacos, these were the muñecos. So this was chicharrón and carne asada. So that's how that's prepared for them. But yeah, so many examples of El Ruso to really remember. But yeah, I mean, let's see if I remember, if I can find the one. Of course, with the stellar tacos, I mean, there's also the great sobaqueras, basically the burritos. So, I mean, what's better than a taco than like a larger, tortilla as a burrito? I mean, this was a really good, always a good thing to get when you're over there. So, yeah, I think this was from like the first time I tried it, and because I think before, they would only be able to serve a certain number, like a certain amount, because, they're larger, they take more time to prepare. I think it was just, his wife who was kind of making these. So I think there was only so much that they can make at a certain time or whatever. So, yeah, but this was, that was definitely a good one. I just wanted to show this one too, because this was a time when they offered, like the beef short rib. So it's like literally a rib, and then like they cut up the meat and they put that in the tortilla. It's like literally, it could literally be like, almost like 1.5 meals or something. That was nice. Yeah, that was really enjoyable. So
looks like truck number 2 is out in Hollywood.
Hollywood? Okay. Did they say where?
Yeah.
Around where? You have an idea?
Somewhere on the Walk of Fame. That's all it says.
Okay. Hopefully,
so that could be anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
But along Hollywood.
Yep. Well, hopefully you'll find them there, but you'll definitely find them at Echo Park.
Yes.
Yeah, on Logan.
Sunset and Echo Park.
Mm-hmm. So
for that Walgreens.
Yeah, the Walgreens, which was formerly the Pioneer Market. So, you're like, I don't know.
I don't know.
But that's definitely a good feature to have on on this episode. I mean, there's just so many places that should be featured. I mean, and I'm sure if they had their chance, yeah. I mean, we could have a whole season, of
course, of just LA.
Yeah, it's really incredible. I mean, the diversity, the breadth of like just the availability, outside so obviously, like outside of Mexico, like outside of like these different regions. It's like just to have them almost like all centralized, right, and concentrated in an area like LA. Yeah, something pretty special. So, very cool. The this kind of last spot, I wanted to show here. Like I said, this last spot we're going to bring up. I mentioned that we admittedly have not visited, so we're not, too familiar with, what they offer. But what intrigues me certainly, in addition to, the food, of course, that they offer, this is, the area that they're from Guerrero. It's kind of coastal area of Mexico, and what's that?
Oh, I was just was there barbacoa on there?
Yeah. That's part of the menu there, certainly.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Oh, absolutely. This is one of the areas where you see a significant, like, kind of history of like a black population there. So you have a lot of like Afro-Mexican influence in cuisine, from an area like this. So you have let's take a look. We have the menu here, but you have, I think certainly one of the items that they're most known for is the tamales. So,
oh damn.
Yeah.
Dozen tamales, only $27? That's a good deal.
Well, we'll have to see if they're still available. Like I said, or at least in that, kind of in that way. So we'll have to see, what they offer. I can see here, on their Instagram that they have a location set here for Wilmington 109th, it's very kind of south, LA kind of area. So we'll have to see where they're at these days. So their store originally, like in I think it was Bell Gardens. Bell? Shoot.
Oh, okay.
I get confused there. But that store, unfortunately, I don't believe is there any longer. At least they don't have that store there. So they have they have like a trailer, or they're like they have their the orders that they're taking. So that's something that probably we need to investigate a little bit more on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. That's a U-sized order right there.
But let's see
that one.
This one here?
Right. No,
this
no.
one. This one.
That one. Yeah.
Look at that.
That's just enough to feed you.
It looks so good, though. Let's take a look at the menu again. You have red pork, green chicken. You also have a cheese and jalapeno. And they have tacos as well. Like you said, the barbacoa. Hard shell or soft shell. Menudo too.
Menudo.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So I don't know, Mychall, maybe we do need to kind of pay a visit out there and see what it's all about, because definitely, like I said, this has been a place I've been really wanting to visit. So I hope we can make some time to get out there.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Yeah. It's too bad, though. I mean, I wish, I hope they come back, with a storefront or something.
With a permanent spot?
Okay. Yeah, but I hope they're able to continue doing what they're doing with, with what they have right now. But that's Tamales Elenas y Antojitos. So this is, these are the places that are featured in Taco Chronicles and the Los Angeles episode. So I think it's pretty cool that we've been able to visit the places that we have and been able to try what we have. And for those that we haven't, then I look forward to, visiting those places very soon, and continuing to explore and appreciate, the diversity of, what LA offers. I mean, hopefully at some point in our lives, we can take time to explore other areas, other, I don't know, regions.
Not LA?
Outside LA. Open our eyes and bellies a little bit. But I don't think we'll ever have a dull moment here in LA as far as food goes, and, and culture and things like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Do you have any other thoughts, I guess, on any of these places and what you remember kind of watching over there with that?
Honestly, I don't realize about the Via's Tacos brick and mortar kind of thing. So I'm going to definitely keep an eye on that. Yeah. Hopefully it's somewhere that's easily accessible. Yeah. So we'll see. But now that I know, I'm excited.
Yeah. I don't know the time frame or anything like that. So yes, keep your eyes on that, and keep your eyes on, and definitely keep your eyes on all these places, really.
Yeah, the El Russo closed at 9, so I'm a little sad. It was an hour ago. I could have
because we were just talking. Instead of actually eating, we just spent our time talking about it. So
unfortunate.
I'm sorry you missed out on that. I probably owe you then a taco or something, but yes, many to try and many to to appreciate. So remember to support your local taquero. And but with that said, it looks like we've come to the end of another episode. That's Taco Chronicles on Netflix, so make sure you check that out. And thank you again for joining us. We're excited to bring you more of our adventures with good food and good people. So make sure to reach out. We're here on Instagram. I'm at Dumb and Hungry. He's at my_chow. You can also reach us by email at hi@dumbandhungry.com. When you find us streaming on here on YouTube, you can, chat with us and maybe berate us in real time or follow up with us. I don't know. Call us out, whatever. But you can also find the audio wherever fine podcasts are served. But until next time, I'm Angelo.
I'm Mychall.
And on your next food adventure, remember to try one of each.